for na so
okay,
because me say na o ka say among for bebre person who the young Diomande deal, the situation between Real Madrid and the RB Leipzig and the play and Ankasa.
And then the Vinicius Junior
to
Saga.
Arsenal, Saga.
Because what's the story is starting.
Yeah.
Now you all thought we're one of those rumors now in 32.
Yeah.
Say Eddie transfer any BCA or better say we free a different destination. It's now more function than engine. But all of a sudden as I didn't know again momentum. I said Vini ebet me Real Madrid and Johnny Team Bias Arsenal and the man DNA kaka but when I start with the young Diomande
and Vini no be back because Saturday
sure,
make Simbi and Mesa Bosu
no problem
about that Vinicius Junior deal. Now Rich, do you know what is happening between a young Diomande and a Real Madrid in terms of the deal? No? Young Diomande ansana obe join RB Leipzig no. Not ni agent Max Gradel, former international player for Ivory Coast. Na onuna Olidi Maxidel Corporation na agency that players ano omu agents for them. Now Young Diomande ever join RB Leipzig no. That deal and the agency that stood in for Young Diomande no was the Maxidel. But along the line, Young Diomande is signing Emma Rock Nation Sports. Now, Rock Nation Sports for no are led by a brand of Jay-Z, or American rapper. On a Rock Nation Sports no, on a Edano. But after the signing of Young Diomande to that Rock Nation no, at this point, Abani said Real Madrid for no. A person cover Branton man and say a kind Emma Real Madrid no. What is happening is that Maxi Del Forno Ababontia Bekase the player is still tied to a omu agency. In the assistance now no. The transfer of a young Diomande from RB Leipzig to a Real Madrid cannot be completed. Wabra or daso a Maxi Del registered player to their agency. So that is the standoff at that omuntem sisia. So as it stands right now on Rich, Maxi de Ofono omudi case nako FIFA ho.
Okay.
Almost say the player is registered to Omonum agency. And as it stands right now, no, they are supposed to be the ones benefiting from the transfer of Abrantiano from RB Leipzig to Real Madrid. Now, Real Madrid for no mubu efu. Because almost say then a Rock Nation for munim se player no registered to another agency. Now my phone abekache say muna muye representatives of the player. For which reason deal na go through no. Muse say no mo be jina mfinfin. Ama say Max de phone abe report yen. Ama FIFA. So that is where the problem is right now. Max de phone say they are the ones who are in charge of the player. Rock Nation so say they are the ones who are trying to broker that deal as agency for a young Diomande. And
African players they always create that problem.
Rich, I will not even blame the player per se. It is the agency. Because say your Rock Nation now befa young Diomande now him say young Diomande is still tied to Maxi Della. You need to be very transparent when you are going to broker that deal for player to know.
The reason me blame Diomande is say for all you know, if you know one country Rock Nation for. In most cases, many players in be a leader. Sometimes you ask them, oh, chairman, ibia menya deal bi o na mpese me hu side of we know so discussion no. So what I say, first off, who agency bi na who agent bi obeka cho say there be. Maybe bia be wi na afi scan ne yi be chance say be ba no. Oh na agent bi afro kachi. Matisse has would be play on country now.
Rich, the reason why I beg,
African players.
Yeah, but you see, Rich, the reason why I beg to differ and say, Sabi Rock Nation on your small agency, an agency that has been created and led by a Jay-Z American rapper. Or more different agents within the organization or mutimi di player no. Because signing a different club, I don't think say they would not have done their due diligence.
And I'm minimum to continue to the Josh, unless I'm only players in the leader, especially African player. Sanya moment de bia me say me minim for sure say sa Rock Nation for no ombe due diligence and sana boy no they will proceed ubo koma me so ombe busa brand oh me a free agent be any no afa ho wa no akwadwo de ahye botom enti deal bi say be ban ho na afi ho ha because yeah ha no sikasam ne ade enti no e bia player and see so obi na show no mu boot to some ne sa ne ma so anti we player no so dem all kosoro all kosoro that's uncle for na no uja no machi
good
almost full say look yes so you contribute to your success story it is a do be bad yes you nye tafa bi nye tafre
even you see
player no onka
Rich. The main reason why this conversation is very important and they say reportedly Sika Yan Diomande agents ebenya from Saudi way if it goes through Sika nothing less than 15 million euros. That is the money that the agency that is leading Yan Diomande ebenya. So it tells you the reason why Maxi Delfono have come back into the equation. Because on say according to what we are hearing, no, on say most of it a report, the true reflection of the situation about Bontia Mubiati. But the year gadano from Central for or more deep insights of the story, no, this is what they are telling us. And on the face value, Maxi Delfono said they have sent the case to FIFA into almost a FIFA for no and become some more because Rich, one of the things that FIFA MP is the obstruction of transfer deals with agents. Yeah. And if you make a mistake, one share your international transfer certificate now was say omitimi issue Emma player no yen the transfer no. So they will not release the international transfer certificate. It is what is a young Diomande deal no enyan go through. These are the issues. Maxi they will say he still signed to them. Rock Nation me player no. It is say Sikano, Abedam Finfin. They don't know who is going to, and I think FIFA in the coming days, no.
Okay.
Rich will hear something from there. Rich, Chelsea is also in the stories.
Okay.
On said they be a buy. Yes, Chelsea. I'm on Frontier. I said the reason is because Chelsea are one of the most active teams.
Sure.
And Chemu time, Chelsea why not doing so auto players no dear. You cannot stop them. Rich, over the weekend, any Tessa Valentin Baku, Argentine international this particular World Cup or ne Argentine national team for no. Kobo at US and Mexico and Canada. You see Chelsea for us signing from Strasbourg for about 40 million euros. Into Valentin Barco and Chelsea so us signing. Then there were good talks between Rayo Vallecano and Chelsea for Pep Chavaria. Into Abranteno and Che Yabeti Pep Chavaria for 25 million euros plus 5 million add-ons. Chelsea for no my crowd so mukwa for branch and manabis na kind ama Chelsea. Then Rich, I think one of the biggest ones Diogo Costa, goalkeeper for Sporting CP. Chelsea for no it looks like they're getting very very close to signing a branch and it could average something between 60 million euros because player release clause no. But Chelsea for no person so be less than that I be around 40-45 million euros. No more for branch because on say Robert Sanchez you didn't know who be say goalkeeper no
Sanchez be
second choice.
Okay.
Because as it stands now Mike Pendes any Abrantia
and I'm the Strasbourg.
I'm not sure say Sanchez because Strasbourg.
Okay.
I was so team fighting for the place. Oh say goalkeepers why if you don't give them competition they don't struggle. They don't strive to fit into the team. And then I think if Kofa Diogo Costa and be see a Chelsea, it will cause Robert Sanchez to sit up and there will be competition in that goalkeeping department. Then Rich, Aston Villa for set piece coach I friend Austin McPhee. We free Aston Villa will be joining Chelsea. Inti, sisi amene ukase oko Hong Kong. Chelsea for ni Juventus bebo 5th August here. Into oko joining omo. Into it means that Chelsea is not just about the player signings, but person we total overhaul of a team no to improve upon the performance. And I think say in the coming days, I think another thing is say Chelsea for person who turn players be brave.
Okay.
It's Badiashile be free up, Chaluba be free up, Liam Delap is on the market for 40 million pounds.
Exactly
Sassi beko, Chaluba beko, and Pedro Neto beko.
Okay.
Because Liverpool for you but Chelsea for so amount for be less than 70 million. Amount for be more than 60, 65, 70 million. And family no moon ton play and more. So as it stands right now, no, and also you come out features for us. But now we say Mihailo Mudryk in Swaba.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Now we say Obaye, he looks like a fresh signing for Chelsea. Because Obiani Naso say be transfer a doping ban finish. So but now he's back in the Chelsea folder. Ultimately say no, there's another competition on the left hand flank for a year Xabi Alonso to see who would be the preferred player in that particular. For me, sure say Chelsea for Tommy Mihailo Mudryk. Biana, they will give him the time to settle back into the team because
is there a doubt?
No, but what?
So there will be a suitor.
Of course, because Chelsea for top player 89 million pounds. Okay, so whole tone CC, I won't 89 million pounds. So what I say, and I think
over 3
years, over 3 years, he has to force his way. Of course.
Or fan form now. Maybe Amber Jones and Button and I say, yeah.
The last story I'm going to is about the Vini Junior. No?
Okay.
Rich, assistant CC Ayeka say, Mikel Arteta, after phone, after Vini Junior catch and he say, Opesa Branton BC Akaim Emma Arsenal. And well, so Usha's story in Rich. I think the only thing I can tell you right now is that Arsenal are also quite desperate for the young man. Because I honestly felt, say, of course, so for Vini Junior Manebeka team, he gives you a lot of options in attack. But is that the right man for the job? Maybe question maybe some. And Saturday maybe won't come over. Say I didn't think say necessarily meeting Vinicius Junior new wage demands and telling himself when the playing time in Arsenal is enough to guarantee say he'll come and give you the best performances that you expect from him. Because all about Arsenal, no, number one, he is coming to meet a team that is under pressure to keep up with performances that OKP last season, going all the way to the Champions League final, winning the title. But now, no, we're losing the key players, and there are still rumors say key players be free. If you have Vinicius Junior coming in, there's going to be a lot of burden on your shoulders to deliver. And you know the English media, Rich. Yeah. Once you come in, if you're not delivering, they're going to stay on your neck until you force your way out or you step up. And Vini Junior, we know how mentally sometimes fragile he can be. Until all the pressure we air back us now. Just because Arsenal for some seek over £400,000 a week. We are not rich. Look at Vinicius Junior. It doesn't look like any other team for Air Team Ben Air Beam. It's only Arsenal. And I am so obetria says Sikanamano. Inka Eban say Real Madrid for any dim commoner or multi standards. No, you would have expected other clubs, Saudi Arabia for someone Oscar. They would have come to take the player.
That
is another point of the conversation.
Be a future, be a fine, but Vinicius Junior, they be a sad in them into a moon try crowd.
But then Vinicius Junior, rich. Yes, he cannot wash. It's the money he's looking for. Until once you give him that money, Obeba, until I think say Bia, say no common, baby he may go to Arsenal because he say Arsenal for one person submit €150 million bid for the player. International corridor, so you
me do ready until say
I better confirm.
Yeah, Babetna machine so. And I Babetna air radio so. Na yendina yahu bi say abrante no ogina Arsenal. Yashana Arsenal Jesse. You're unveiling the actual wiase na. May I still doubt this transfer deal. Today, na yebe chibiane na yedi hon komo. In 4.5 from